You're looking at the King of Akron, the real superstar, the real KOA, the real King of Akron.
How's it going, guys? We have an absolutely classic Cyrax video for you today, and I mean classic in every sense of the word because we got it all. We got Cyrax complaining about things, we got him claiming to be the Drift King, the King of Akron, saying people was taking his music and he's not gonna stand for it anymore. He can't take this crap no more, man. And after a lot of soul searching, he's decided that this is the day. This is the day he's gonna defeat everybody and truly prove himself as the king of the castle. Well, as it turns out, Cyrax isn't even the king of his own house, let alone the king of the internet or Akron or just anything else he could be the king of. What's really going on is Cyrax has finally been able to get back onto Facebook, a platform that he, like, a majority of the time he was able to run to, and it was his safe haven. And he would have his 7-8 live viewers who never chatted, but they gave him enough confidence to keep on going. And in all reality, I don't even think there had to be a single viewer in there for Cyrax to build up that motivation, but nonetheless, he's back now and he's given us everything that he's got. He truly means he's trying to stop everything at this point, and it's going about as well for him as it did the last time, the second, the third, the 15 times that he's tried this, or 1,015 times that he's tried this. And who would have guessed that it's not working? But still, Cyrax is doing what he wants. He's making at least 5 or 10 gameplay streams a day where he sits on there about 30-40 minutes, shows off his impeccable racing skills, and then the rest of the time he gets on, listen guys, it's been a rough last couple of weeks. I can barely stand at the moment. Everything has beat me down, and you know what? I need assistance. Please, whatever you do, help me. Help me get out of the situation that I have firmly planted myself in. And then the next stream, he'll have like supreme confidence. You know, him and Sally got into an argument. Ed didn't buck up to him, so he's like, yeah, I'm the man of this house. But he's not even the king of the attic. I think the bed bugs have that taken from him. Not the king of Akron, not the Drift King. But can Cyrax recognize that? No, because he's now going to be a millionaire. He's now jumping back on panel, arguing with anybody and everybody who will even listen to him. And you know what? It kind of feels like he's a little lonely. He just wants some conversation, and he doesn't know any better way to get it. He's tired of getting locked into the attic. He's tired of every time he speaks to Ed, he gets brushed off. And the entire family is sick of it again, because not only do we have panel racks, not only do we have cry racks, we also have Sally and Cyrax arguing. I don't have a good suffix for it, so maybe you guys can come up with one in the comments. And that's where we're going to start today, with Cyrax trying to rally the troops, and Sally immediately recognizing this and calling him downstairs, and them two getting into an argument. It literally sounds like the start of the worst argument we've heard them have on live stream, but this time it doesn't end as poorly for him.
So I urge anybody out there that is legitimately able to help, and I mean legitimately able to help, please reach out to me. Let's figure out a plan to stop this shit for good. Because I want to be active again. I want to be able to get out and have fun and do things like I used to do when I was living a normal life. I want to be able to go to concerts, to go to see movies, to be able to go to restaurants with my family without being followed. I want that life again. So bad. But I need you guys, my friends. I need everybody's help. My friends, my supporters, my real ass fans. I need all your guys' help. I need everybody's help. I am sick of my friends and family being targeted. Yeah. Hang on. Yeah. Sorry. And when you do something, you get the shit. Well, they fucking
well, yeah, it makes you would talk right now.
No, you did not say that. My physical health just got really bad for days. Over the last 4 days, 30 times, I want to stand up and my legs get up from under me. Because I'm not getting active again like I used to be. We need to get this shit stopped before I lose all motor skill in my legs. We need to put a stop to this shit. I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do with you.
I almost lost the want to do that infection.
But that's not good.
Yes, I was out because I wasn't being active.
Cyraxx, you literally never did any of that your entire existence. That one Linkin Park concert you went to where you claimed that the lead singer, Chester Bennington, was praising you as the next up-and-coming metal vocalist, it didn't happen. Gordon said he had no idea what you was talking about, but till this day you will claim that it did, and Gordon is just a liar. And when it comes to you going out to restaurants, I remember you did go to a restaurant with your uncle here recently, and guess what was the only reason anyone even knew about it? It was because of you, and you said your uncle was going to take care of you if anything bad ever happened. But guess what? You also ruined that chance as well when you was sitting down and talking to them and was like, listen, it's been pretty rough for me the last couple of years. Anywhere I go, anywhere I stay, bad things happen. And you know what? I'm really thankful that you will give me this opportunity, this chance. And if I do have to come to your house, nothing about me will change. But together we will battle all the trolls. We're gonna take them on one by one. And your uncle was like, oh, hell no, I ain't doing that. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of this restaurant and go on and live a better life. I don't know what I was about to do to myself. It's a constant thing with you. You can't stop. You can't give this up. And literally everybody in your life, everybody in your family is begging you to, because they know you're not gonna be a famous vocalist. They know you're not gonna be a famous drift racer. But you just have like these delusional goggles set on your head and you're like, no, that is not true. I am going to succeed one way or the other. And there is one way you could succeed, by just cutting everything off. People would have no idea where you was and just trying to get a regular job. You're not exclusively held to jobs that would be in the public. You do know that, right? You have absolutely no care what happens to anyone else as long as it benefits you just a little bit. You can tell that this is just a big pity party and all a big lie on Cyraxx's part. When Sally hollers for him, he immediately jumps up, runs down, starts complaining that his legs have been giving out from under him for the last like 4 or 5 minutes, and Sally's just dumbfounded. She's like, what are you talking? You just walked right in here. And he's like, no, it is serious this time, Mom. I swear on everything. This is just a miracle. It's probably because of you. You're my one saving grace. Please never leave me. You're the only reason my legs work anymore. And when he goes on to try to give his excuses about it, Sally even shuts him down. She's like, no, Cyraxx, that isn't what happened. And he says, yes, it is. And normally, like, I would believe the person who's claiming that stuff is going on with them, but Sally takes care of Cyraxx hand and foot, literally. So she would know better than anybody, and she's saying that it didn't happen. And when the conversation ends, you immediately turn around, walk back into your room just fine, and start complaining all over again. It's just a ploy so that people might come to your aid. And what happened last time when one of your friends came to your aid? You abandoned him, like just left him in the dust as he was begging and pleading you to help him. And what did you do? Well, you didn't help him. So what do you expect other people to do anymore? They're not. It's over with.
So you wanted a game? You wanted a game on? I'm taking my life back that you and your little friends stole from me over the last 6 years. I'm done. I'm taking back what's mine, what you stole from me, and what is rightfully mine. Because what you don't realize, William, is that there are several people within your group that are very close to me that have gotten so close to you that you don't even realize it yet. I may only have a handful of people, that may be true, but my handful of people are 10 times smarter than what you think. Every move you make is being watched. Every message you send is being intercepted. I know every move you're going to make before you even make it. I have listened to every single conversation you have ever had that you hang around, but you really don't know any of them. Not like you think. Because like I said, William, I have several little spies in both your Discord server and in your Facebook group. A couple who you've modded, who you've made moderators in your Discord group. Cause see, free thinkers like myself, we make shit work. You take away one thing, we figure out a solution to that problem, and we make it work. You thought that you could stop me? You thought you could stop me? Not a chance in hell. What makes you think you're going to be able to stop someone like myself, who is a true creative mind? See, you also tried to steal my music. I proved that it was mine in front of thousands of people.
It's so funny, after going on like a huge pity party, he then says like, listen William, I know you think you've got me now, but I've got tons of people supporting me, and I've got one trick up my sleeve. They are all moderators in your Discord. They know you all too well. Every single message you post, everything you say, I'm listening to and I'm learning. I'm studying my enemy, and I'm finally going to be able to defeat you. But what Cyrax really isn't thinking about is, when has this worked out for him ever in the past? These people are obviously sent by William. William knows who they are. Even if he doesn't, do you really think it matters? What could Cyrax possibly do? But the reality of the situation is, how could you at this point not understand that this is exactly what William wants, if this is even true at all? All this has managed to do is build up your confidence, which is, I gotta say this guys, like could you imagine having the confidence of Cyrax just throughout your regular day life? You would be unstoppable. Nothing would ever faze you. You get turned down, who cares? You're the king of whatever city you're from. You get into an argument with your girlfriend, maybe your parents or something, who cares about them? You're the man of the household. You're the top dog in the neighborhood. Anyone else in the world with that kind of mindset you have would do so many good things in this world for themselves, but because you can't help yourself and mix a little humility in that and a little bit of self-reflection, this mindset you have has completely destroyed you.
And let's see, with all the record sales that I should have had, with all the music I should have sold, with all the merchandise, the content, and the music all put together, you owe me about, let's see, 6 years times 1,000 a month. You owe me a little bit over a couple $1 million. You owe me just over a couple $1 million in videos, music, merchandise sales, all that. Because see, without you in my life, William, without you trying to stop me, which I still find it kind of cute that you're trying to, because it's never going to work. See, without you doing what you did, I'd be making millions right now. I would. Realistically, I am a millionaire without the money. Trying to take up for him like he's some sort of god. But really, he's a false prophet in sheep's clothing. He's a false prophet disguised as a wolf. He's really a sheep disguised as a wolf, y'all. They know for a fact that I'm not the bad guy that you try to make me out to be. They know that I'm not that bad guy that you try to make me out to be. Because they actually sit down and they have conversations with me. And once I show them everything, and I show them what's really going on, and I show them all the screenshots, all the fake shit, all your little posts, and I even show them all the stuff from your conversations in your Discord server. That same person that you try to shut down, which is me, is rising above you every day so high that you're never going to be able to see me. Because by the time my career is over, I'm going to be so high up in the clouds, boy, you'll need a goddamn Hubble telescope to see my ass. Just see, while I'm rising up here to the moon, your ass is way back down on Earth in the bottom of a volcano looking up like, what? How am I going to get out of this volcano? Two, how can I reach those heights? How can I get that high up there? How can I do that? Have fun living rent free in the apartments that I put in your head. Because we all know I live rent free in your head every day. And rent's due pretty soon, motherfucker. So be ready to pay up. To all my friends out there that saw me on William Glory Hole's live stream, that saw me rage out, I just want y'all to know that I apologize for that. And I'm sorry that y'all had to see me the way y'all did. But in order to understand why I did that, y'all need to understand something. I have undeniable video evident proof from the live stream that William has openly admitted to stealing music from me over the last 6 years. So yeah. See, this is the kind of shit that I do, man. This is literally all I do all day. I sit here, I do gameplay videos, and I work on music. Like, literally, that's all I do.
You know, something that's not often talked about with Cyraxx, and it's because every single one of us knows that he just couldn't make it in the music business in general off talent alone, it's that Cyraxx would absolutely hate the music industry. Every backdoor, every bad thing that they could possibly do to you, a record label will. They'll take your money, they will throw you to the side, they'll shelf you, it doesn't matter. If you're not their #1 priority, or at least in the top 5, you are getting treated very poorly, and you're going to be disrespected. You're going to be getting told that your music you're making is garbage. You have to switch it up to appeal to a more mainstream crowd, and that's something that Cyraxx literally just couldn't handle. We know if he was like a greeter at Walmart, or he's working at McDonald's or something like that, if a customer has been like, hey man, you messed up my order, well, it would be like a 10-20 minute argument that would lead to him getting fired instantly. So what does he think would happen if he actually did sign to a record label? We know Cyraxx wouldn't look at the paperwork, he wouldn't bring a lawyer or attorney with him, and he would probably get into a 365 deal where they're taking every dime that he made. The music business is ran on scummy practices, and even if he was this like groundbreaking artist who was changing up the game, you made a new genre of music, you know what would most likely happen? They would give it to one of their top artists and say, hey, you need to start doing this music, and they would take it from you. Say that they owned it because you're signed to their record label, and you would not see, how would Cyraxx put it, 1 red cent of that money. And then we can go a little bit deeper with it. One thing that Logic said that makes a ton of sense, and it's really true, the best rapper in the world, and you can break it down to the best pop singer, the best soul artist, they are probably bagging groceries in the grocery store because they were never spotted. Becoming a famous artist is so rare, it's so hard because it takes being spotted, it takes being recognized, it takes being respected, and you have to have a look that people will identify with. Being a music artist is so much more than just being good at singing. To truly make it, you have to combine all of that. You have to literally do everything and anything, literally devote your entire life to music to make this work. And the sad part is, tons of talented artists never even get to see the light of day. You can go to YouTube right now and see like really great artists with like 60, 70 views from like 5 years ago. Wance Chilkins, Drift King, it's got more views than most artists would even hope for. But what did that do for you, Cyraxx? Nothing. Well, that's because it's mainly a meme, to be honest, but for real.
And the worst part of it all, no amount of police, FBI, or detectives, or any branch of law enforcement is helping my family out. Any lawyer that my family talks to says that my case is so complex that I would need multiple lawyers, which my family cannot afford. You see, I sat down with one of my dearest and closest friends who I've known since 3rd grade. He's like my little brother. I love this man to death. And we did some research. And I'm losing out on over $1,000 a month because of William Gloryhole and his little friends. I'm losing out on $1.1 million a year because of this man. Because of this man, I have no record label anymore. My music stolen. Every video I make gets stolen. Regular job, forget about it. They won't let me get a regular job. I have no friends here in Akron anymore because all my friends turned away from me. All my friends abandoned me and left. Legal aid is non-existent here. My family can't afford a lawyer that we would need to put a stop to this. I don't get to have my own clothing brand because of these people. I don't get to own my own record label because of these people. I don't get to release my music for those that want to hear my music. Because the police, the law enforcement, police, FBI, detectives, the people that we're supposed to protect and serve, let my family suffer. They sat here and laughed at my family and watched as me and my family have suffered time and time and time again. Which is why I need somebody who can genuinely and truthfully help me put an end to this. Because I do need the help. I do want the help. But the only way it's going to happen is if somebody stands up and says enough is enough.
There is so much to unpack in that last segment, I barely even know where to start, but I think we're going to start with the terrible math. Cyraxx has spit out some terrible numbers in the past, like ones that just absolutely have blown my mind, but the math on this one really was jarring to me. I don't think he really knows how many months there are in a year. It's 12, Cyraxx, if you wasn't aware, and $1,000 every month would be about $12,000. I'm not sure where he got the million from. And you said this has only been going on 7-8 years at this point. Well, that would also come nowhere close to $1 million. It wouldn't even break 100K. And then while he's giving his speech about how much money he would earn, which he was just incredibly wrong about, he's saying that him and a longtime friend of his, I think he said from 3rd grade, was sitting down and helping him work on this. But literally, he goes on just a little bit later to say that he has lost every single friend of his, so you know he's lying, or he's literally working with the buddy troll. And the buddy troll probably said, okay, you'd be making $1,000 a month. And Cyraxx said, you're damn right I would. I'd be making $1 million a year at that rate. And the guy was just like, yeah, Cyraxx, you sure would be making $1 million. You're right. When you're right, dude. And what's even funnier about this is if Cyraxx thought months were like days of the year, you know, you got 365 days of the year, that still would be like 365,000. And I guess you would get to $1 million at a certain point, but that still would take 2.5 years to reach $1 million. Where is he getting this math from? Cyraxx was in high school till he is 21 years old. He should be better at it than all of us. He's got far more practice. But I guess that's enough for me today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, comment down below, follow all the socials as well, and I'll catch you guys next time.